Hello, welcome to West Ham Irons United for another West Ham, well, grumble really. It's going to be a grumble today, I'm afraid, because look, we've just come off the defeat against Man United, and we didn't really put up much of a fight. It was only until we went 1-0 down, and then Moyes, he made the substitutions. At least he's learning in that respect. He's trying to change it up as soon as there's something goes against us. And he brought on Benrahma and Lanzini. And then we started to, create chances. But we weren't getting anywhere near the goal and we weren't really taking shots. And we kind of were holding off Man United and, in the first half and then into the second half until they scored. And it was only a matter of time before they scored. I'm not going to say the tactics were totally wrong, because I think once the game opened up and they scored, then obviously we had to go on the attack, and then the game really opened up. So they could have got another couple of goals, and that was always going to be the issue. I'm sure that's what Moyes is looking at. If we have a really open game, if we go toe-to-toe with them, the chances are that we're going to let in a couple of goals because they're just too good going forward. However, at the same time, if we're just sort of holding back, trying to keep it tight, and we're not creating enough, then, we're always going to have that lackluster performance. And I think we had that in the first half. It was only in the second half that we really sort of came alive. Look, we had a couple of close opportunities, I suppose, but they had their fair share as well. I think, on the balance of it, yeah, I think they deserve to win. I don't think we deserve to. I think we could have got a draw out of there, and I think we could have almost justified the draw. I just don't think it wasn't a great overall performance. And I'm not saying they didn't try, and I'm not saying there wasn't quality in the second half when Lanzini and Benrahma came on. They were quite successful. But again, we still have this problem of getting into positions and not quite pulling the trigger at the right time. We still seem to be out of phase of an opportunity is created and we're not just ready there to pounce. And I think this is something that Moyes, and I've been saying it for a long time, with the likes of Benrahma and Fornals, not really pulling the trigger and taking a shot straight away. Obviously, Lingard wasn't there, but I would have hoped Lingard coming in, showing that he's that class above, really. He could have sort of passed on his killer instinct, as it were, his striking instinct, and pass it on to the other lads. I think they've got to look at this. They've got to look at any opportunity to try and get a shot away on goal and get a shot on target. Now, look, it was difficult for them. Look, I think the goal that they scored, and I've been kind of people, nearest and dearest to me have said that I'm probably wrong on this, but I got a feeling that the goal that they scored, or came off Dawson for the own goal, I think there was a free kick there for us. I think Maguire had his hands all over his shoulder. And if you look right at the very end, it's almost like it's a restriction on where Dawson can jump for the ball and what he's doing. I don't, it's a split second thing here, but I think if you're saying that you can't put your hands on another player, you're not allowed, you're not allowed to do that, then Maguire definitely did that, and he definitely had a good game, Maguire. But I also thought he was lucky with a couple of opportunities. I think McTominay, for them, I think he was very close from getting a second yellow and being sent off. And if that happened, maybe it would have been a different game. But it was close for the first half. I think we were defending really well for the most part. But we were too defensive. We had a back line that wasn't, a three-man back line. Sometimes it was 5, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. It appeared. We seemed to be losing the fight in midfield, and then they were just inviting them onto us all the time. Yes, we sort of went at them a couple of times as well, but it wasn't really. In my opinion, it wasn't really, enough. As I say, and then they got the goal. Whether it was luck, whether it should have been disallowed, I know it's a debate that we can all have and all that kind of stuff. And leave in the comments, let us know in the comments what you think of that particular thing. Do you think Dawson was impeded by Maguire's hands on the shoulders or not? It's a tough one. I'm not really sure myself, but I would be certainly looking at that. I would certainly look at it from a VAR point of view and say, actually, look at this particular issue. Is it an infringement or not? Okay, either way, I think, it would have been an interesting one. But We had opportunities again, especially when Lanzini came on. He seemed to be playing really well. He seemed to be a driving force. Benrahma was coming in and doing some great stuff, great skills. But again, it always comes down to this thing with us, an end product. Yeah, we get chances, we get in decent positions, but it's the end product, pulling the trigger, having a shot on goal. We were close, to almost creating really good opportunities, I think. And, Fabianski again had a great night, made some great saves. Defensively, overall, we were good. I thought Diop had a great game, but he did make a couple of mistakes as well. Dawson, again, he had the own goal, but he still had a decent game. I think some vital interceptions. Rice came alive in the second half as well and really started to push forward. Souček, in and out. I think Bowen had a half-decent game, but not really as successful. But, he was trying. Antonio was... He had some great touches and great forward runs, but again, it seemed to break down as well. So, I think Moyes could have been a little bit more aggressive. I think he could have been a little bit more adventurous. I think if we had started with at least Benrahma or Lanzini on the pitch, just to give us that. And I don't want to take it away from Johnson, because I know they were looking at a defensive setup against Man United to absorb it, to keep it tight. You could definitely see what the whole game plan was. But I think if we'd just been a little bit more adventurous, if we'd had either not Johnson, but had Benrahma or Lanzini on, or we didn't start with Noble and just went a little bit that way, I think we could have troubled Man United a little bit sooner. And who knows, it could have been, we could have lost 3-0, or we could have been 1-1, or we could have won 2-1 or 2-0 or something like that. But I think a lot of West Ham fans out there, I think we'll be looking at this. It's an opportunity missed. I think we could have gone there, and I don't think they are way ahead of us. I think it's very close in the way we're playing and the way they're playing. I think then they weren't lucky to get a win, but I think we kind of gifted it to them a little bit, and I think we need to look at that. Arsenal next. That's going to be a difficult one, and then I think we need to go into the Arsenal game with a bit more adventure. We can't be defensive on this. We've got to go there and go for 3 points. We're very close from top 4, but we're also very close from dropping away if results go against us and other teams in and around us or just below us get points as well. So I think, just to maintain our 5th position, or to try and push for 4th and try and push Chelsea out of the way, I think we need to be a bit more adventurous. And then we've got a 2-week break, and then we can, come back again. I think we can go out with a positive attitude. But look, there's going to be videos coming about that in the run-up to the Arsenal game. I'm still feeling positive about that. I was really positive about the Man United game, but I think we could have, without trying to be too critical of Moyes, I think he just got it. I think he got it right in terms of wanting to make sure that we didn't open up the game too much for Man United for them to come on to us. But I think the balance just wasn't right, and we were just a little bit too defensive in that first half and early in the second half. And I think we needed, possibly we needed to make the substitutions at half time and then come out. And I would have said, actually, that's a decent effort. Actually, keep it really tight in the first half, as Moyes did. And the players played brilliantly well in a defensive kind of attitude, as it were. Then make those changes at half-time and then really go for Man United and kind of shock and awe them in the second half. I think that would have been a better plan. But, I'm not a football manager, but I think we can all agree that probably would have been a better thing. We could have won. We could have won. We could have won. We should have won. We could have at least got a point. That was it. But as I say, opportunity lost, I'd say. But look, there we go. Those are the breaks. On to the next one. Do I still value Moyes? Absolutely. Do I think we still have a great season? Absolutely. I'm not going to start, grumbling. Well, this is a grumble, of course it is, because we lost. But, I'm not going to say anything negative about the players, because I think they tried. It just wasn't that finished article. But I really do believe that the likes of Lingard and the manager, they've got to look at this pulling the trigger getting opportunities and just making quick decisions to get a shot away on goal on target. I think we need to work on that a little bit more. But there we go. Right, okay. I hope you found that, a good discussion. Let us know what you think in the comments as well. Don't forget to like the video because that really helps the channel, and also subscribe as well. Tell all your friends about West Ham United. Lots of new content coming shortly. The run up to the Arsenal game as well, and lots more to the end of the season. Right, see you again whenever that is. Ta-da.